Another beautiful day here in Florida and day 3 of the CME Group Tour Championship. It's weekend play underway, final event of the season. The top 72 from the race are here playing for the $1 million bonus and the tournament victory. Terry Gannon along with Hall of Famer Judy Ranker and Lexi Thompson for par on the 8th. Tom Abbott with us and Jerry Foltz, Karen Stupples here. Lisa Cornwell to talk to some of the players too. So you look at the scorecard right now, Jude. That bogey at 4, her first of the week, bounced right back with a birdie.
Well, and that's sure the way to do it, particularly not only for the scorecard but for your psyche.
Yep. Brittany Lincecum. Speaking of psyche, Brittany Lincecum needed some good things to happen, and they have early on after the tough finish yesterday to 13. Tom.
Harry Jutanagan chasing that top spot in the race to the CME Globe. And this one might help. Remember, Nasa Hataoka was out in front yesterday, but has fallen back with her play over the last couple of days. Now back to 8.
Brittany Lincecum for par. A couple of good putts in the early going. Remember, 4 over her last 4 holes to finish up yesterday, and had a 4 putt and that 3 putt at 18 from short range. We'll take you back to that time. She got to 13 under, and this for par at 15 after missing one coming this way.
It was all in all a nightmare kind of finish. It's the kind of finish that you're not just shaking your head. You could be reduced to tears.
But she was actually laughing, kind of as in, this is ridiculous. 17 for par. She was beyond the green in 2. Had played down, went all the way down to the swale, played to there. And it's just all falling apart at this point. And then came to 18, had this for birdie.
Yeah, could repair all those bad things that had just happened, only she let the terror grow.
Just off the heel, had no chance. And there's the giggle.
Yeah, but boy, you have to give her a lot of credit, because she comes out today playing like it didn't even happen.
To 9.
Panarat Tanapal Banyaris here for birdie. And that's going to take her out to level par. Not a great start for Panarat. 2 bogeys in the first 5.
Young Kim, this a birdie putt.
It is so very difficult to keep the ball from just running out that little bit extra, where the second putt is a tough putt.
Saw this when we were watching earlier. Got to be the shot of the day. I gave it away, Jude.
Yes, you did give it away.
Shoot. It's pretty good.
Then everybody just got to enjoy the fact that they were going to see it go in the hole.
They knew it. She started the back 9, birdie eagle with that hole out there. Coming to 9 now.
And Charlie Hull's second shot.
180 yards to that back hole location, Tom. Breeze coming from the left. Not the easiest green to hold from that distance.
She's as good as most any player at stopping the ball, at putting a little spin on the golf ball. So that'll show you exactly how difficult that is at the 9th. It's an elevated green.
Playing with Marina Alex. This is her second shot.
6 iron from 173. Breeze more just across the fairway now as opposed to helping. Marina with a 3-putt bogey at the par 3/8 just moments ago. This one a little right of the hole.
Yeah, it's got a bite. It can go downhill quite quickly from there. It might end up under the cart. Or on the cart path, maybe. Take a look at some highlights from Marina Alex's day so far. This is her 3rd shot. At the 6th, the par 5, she was quite a way back. And that would lead to her first birdie of the day. Started the round at 8 under par, tied for 4th. Made it back-to-back birdies with this at the 7th, not far away from going in. And Jerry mentioned that she dropped a shot on the previous hole. Marina Alex, a winner on tour this year in Portland for the first time. Now Nelly Korda second to the 9th.
Big drive out of Nelly here. Just 147 to the hole. That a 9-iron. And not a big one.
Oh, and that's the advantage of being able to drive the ball a long way and get a lot shorter club in your hand.
Back on the tee at 9, Amy Olsen.
And after a tough start, has really fought back, Tom.
Yeah, shocker of a start, wasn't it? Double bogeyed the first hole. She did bounce back with a birdie at the second, but then gave the shot right back at 3. So a double and a bogey and a birdie in the first 3 holes.
Jessica Korda, this from the edge, and for birdie at the 10th. Playing with Christy Kerr, So Yeon Yu.
Back to the 9th, Brittany Lincecum.
And no real need for Brittany to hit driver here, and that is a nice straight bullet 3-wood.
We'll go ahead to the 14th.
Check in with Brooke Henderson from just off the green. Brooke, who came in at number 3 on the list. I see her in green numbers up there.
And it has just not been a good week with the putter. She's just not quite been herself on the golf course all the way around, but putter hasn't helped.
Played a lot of golf this season. To 9.
Lexi on the tee.
Also does not need to hit a driver here, Tom. You can run out of room down the left. There is a bunker on the right that can catch the shots, and this one drawing to the middle of the fairway looks pretty good.
All 3 in good shape at the 9th. Lexi Thompson with a 1-shot lead. It is the final event of the season for the LPGA Tour, the CME Group Tour Championship.
Another exciting season is coming to a close, and this was one for the books. We saw titles defended.
Brittany goes back-to-back in the Bahamas. Cue the foam.
Fan favorites make comebacks.
The HSBC Women's World Champion, Michelle Wie.
Happy birthday, Lydia Ko. A champion again.
And 2 sets of sisters take the tour by storm.
Jessica Korda.
Nelly Korda.
Area Jutanagarn.
For the first time, it's Moria.
A truly unpredictable season, filled with first-time major winners.
Pernilla Lindbergh is a winner, and it's a major championship.
Georgia Hall has won the Rico Women's British Open on home soil.
Angela Stanford at long last.
First-time tour winners.
Annie Park.
Marina Alex.
Nessa Hataoka.
Tadapa Sawanapura.
And rookies on the rise.
Jin Young Ko is the champion in 2018 with a standard by 3 strikes.
All of the heartbreaking,
Oh my gosh.
heart-pumping,
How about in?
and heart-stopping moments
Tremendous.
Hyun Park.
have brought us to this. The season-long race has reached its peak, and this is the finish line, where the best of the best have an opportunity to play for a title they've been working toward all year. Expectations are high, and the stakes even higher. Here in Naples, where one season comes down to 1 week, and the queen of 2018 will finally emerge. And the end of the road is here in Naples. Another beautiful day in Florida. Tiburon Golf Club, once again the host for this CME Group Tour Championship. The top 72 from the season-long race making it here. If you're in the top 5 and you win here, you win the $1 million bonus. Area Jutanagarn came in at number 1. Got some work to do. Brittany Lincecum played great, and then a tough finish yesterday. Still in the mix, though, the two-time major winner. And Lexi Thompson, what a story this is. And we could have over the weekend. Lexi looking for her first win of the season in the last event of the season. Not far from the coast, right here in Naples. 8th straight year for this event. And the 6th time that it's been held here at Tiburon. 5 years for this CME Group Tour Championship in the season-long race. Judy Rankin, the Hall of Famer, and I in the booth. Tom Abbott, Jerry Foltz, Karen Stupples on the golf course, and Lisa Cornwell to talk to some of the players as the day concludes a little bit later on, setting up the final day. 75 degrees, a little bit warmer than yesterday. It's still beautiful, and the wind was more of a factor early in the day. Still is to some extent, though. To the 9th, and Tom?
And Nelly Corder for a birdie.
Looking slippery here, downhill, down grain, downwind.
She
A little cautious there.
Yeah, got a little scared of that one. Maybe she could hear your commentary there, Jerry, knowing that it was so slick. And she's not guaranteed a 4, is Nelly, as we look down at the 9th hole there in the middle of your screen. The 18th runs alongside on the other side of the water. Now Marina Alex.
Played a pretty nice pitch shot just to get it to here from the pine straw.
This green is so firm. We've seen any number of good shots go into the green and wave goodbye as it went over.
Bogeys 8 and 9 after birdieing 6 and 7. Golf course was really softened up on Thursday with the overnight rain. Ansicum just waiting in the fairway, and you saw the low scoring 63 leading the way in round 1. Yesterday it dried out a bit, and today even more so. So I think, Jerry, it's going to be tough as the weekend plays out here.
Yeah, and the holes aren't all that accessible today, much like yesterday. This is not the side of the hole you want this putt from, though, here for Nelly. No problem.
No problem, but she will be a bit disappointed that she didn't give it a better run. That was exactly what Jerry said.
Yeah, repeating.
She must have heard me.
Jerry's commentary.
Yeah, but I need
That will stay on the 9th.
room past it. There's, I got 7 past 20.
If I grip the 7, it goes 55 down when it flips 60. That doesn't cover the bunker.
And if we'd have to take it up the right side.
So left of it. God, this is gonna go over the green, no?
Actually, I'm kind of feeling like it is. I'm kind of feeling like it is because even though it's above your feet, it's also an upslope and it's going to get up that wind. Let's just
Yeah. Yeah. There's no way I can hit that.
yeah. I don't think you're going to put a good swing on it. So I like nice and smooth.
Left of it.
Yeah. Well, I think you just go at it.
Draw a line.
Yeah.
But fade wind.
Correct. Okay, and it's at the right edge. Yep. It's perfect.
Karen Stupples is out there for us.
I was going to say, I really like this play for Brittany. Just taking one club more, she's able to draw it into the wind.
Drew it too
I
much.
hit it really good, so it's got to be over that bunker.
Just enough elevation at the green where she may not be able to see that ball from the fairway.
Now, Amy Olsen.
Has a flatter lie. Ball is slightly below her feet. Has 180 all the way to the hole. And if you're going for a fade, you can use that wind to get it to carry further. Or like Brittany, you can draw it into the wind and get it to kill it more. This one's fading a bit to the right.
Got to sit down.
Just rode that wind, Tom.
Well, there's a slope there, and it's going to run towards the pine straw, which is exactly what happened to Marina Alex. That's where the players exit the green. So it's going to go right down that little path.
It's very short-cut fairway grass, and it's beaten down, as you said, and it's just like a little highway.
Now Lexi.
Lexi has 175, and this is just an 8-iron for her. I think in an ideal world, you'll only miss just a bit left and let the wind ride it a smidge to the hole. There is a bit of wind that will push it that way. And this one started at the fag and is drifting just a hair right.
Steady. Yeah, just enough stop to get the ball.
That wind touched that hard. Like, that thing was turning into the pin nice, and then it just... Huh?
Yeah, that conversation, I think, going to be with the caddies all day long, trying to finish out or figure out this win. One shot lead for Lexi Thompson, but Brittany Lindsay comes some work to do here at the 9th as we are just underway in the 3rd round of the CME. Golf Channel and the LPGA Tour proudly present the culmination of the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Tiburon Golf Club in Naples, Florida, it's 3rd round coverage of the CME Group Tour Championship. Day 1 was relatively easy, got a little tougher yesterday, and some indication that today might be tough on the back 9 with the wind and maybe conditions a little bit firmer. The overall race coming in, season-long race. Area Jutanagarn right now projected number 1. She came in as number 1. Brooke Henderson was 3rd, up to number 2. Minjee Lee is right there. Nasahata Oka, big season on the LPGA, but tough day yesterday, just ahead of Sung Hyun Park. And the number 1 player coming in who's had some kind of season, basically just about every title wrapped up. And the player of the year, Area Jutanagarn, this her 3rd.
3rd at the par 5. Haven't seen anyone go for this green in 2 this week.
Had been quite as sharp the first 2 days as we've seen her all season, Jude. So 2-putt there. She hopes at that par 5. We're on the way. Glad to have you with us. Last time this season in the booth together. I know you shed a tear or two already today.
I do, but it's been a good year. Thank you.
Let's talk Lexi Thompson right now and the story that could be what took place last year on this final green, the short missed putt. She didn't win the event, but she won the overall race to the CME Globe. And right now leading heading to the weekend. Something else.
Yeah, she's really playing some pretty great golf. She's been so solid tee to green. I mean, things like hitting 7 irons to par 5s this week. That was the dreadful putt last year that everyone remembers, that everyone talks about, that she must remember, and that it was part of building into an emotional year this year for her. She's made some changes. This week really looks pretty good. Regardless of the missed putt last year, I'm going to tell you that Lexi Thompson likes this golf course. 22 rounds here. She shot 65. That was her low in the opening round this week. I think the fact that she likes this golf course and she's a Florida player bodes well.
Saw her after the round yesterday, had her puppy, and she was in the lobby here with her family and friends. And she talked about 2 days ago that golf is just a game. That's the mindset she's trying to get back to. And through 2 rounds at least, she's looked like that.
I think she looks relaxed for the first time in a long time. I watch her walk alongside her brother, and you know it looks like there's a little pep in her step, and that it's a nice walk. Just the way she converses after she hits a shot, as we saw at the 9th. It looks like maybe good times have come for Lexi Thompson.
We'll see. Long way to go, though, because you look at the history of this event since it's been here at Tiburon, at least. The 36-hole leaders, they've had a tough time of it. You go back to 2013, Sandra Gao had the lead, finished 4th. That playoff then, and Saganda Granada had the lead. Julieta lost in a playoff, Hannah Zhang. So it hasn't been a case of getting the lead. It's been more of a comeback story over the weekend here at this event.
You know, this is quite a good golf course. It's really a good test of golf. You use every golf club in your bag, and when the wind blows a little bit, it is really tricky. So it's not going to be easy, even if you have the lead come tomorrow.
Back out to 9.
And she comes 3rd.
Has a good lie. It's down grain.
Oh, steady. That could run all the way off the other side and down towards the pine straw. No, not quite enough speed. She's only hit 3 greens in regulation today, but had 1 putt holes on her first 5 holes of the day. Now Olsen, 4th shot.
Yeah, the 3rd shot, she just hit a little chunky. She was trying to hit a lob shot into the green, and of course, it's so grainy where her ball ended up. The club just got caught up in that sort of very sticky grass.
Well, she's already had a double bogey today and may have another one there at 9. Let's go to 10.
Kang for birdie to get it to 9 under, having made the turn. Does drop. Add that name to the list. You look at the top 5 on the leaderboard right now, and this is the way it was through much of the yesterday. They're all Americans, which hasn't happened all that often out here this year. To 11.
Jessica Korda, second to the par 4. Well, you've already seen one go in today on that hole. Jessica not too far away, but it's been a tough day. 3 over so far for Jessica Korda. Back over to the 9th. Lexi looks like she'll be first to go here, Karen.
Yep, she's definitely going to go. And almost, in many ways, just a little bit unlucky that she just rolled off the green because her...
starting maybe even a smidge on, like, just a smidge outside into the green.
Because her ball striking this week has been truly spectacular. Her greens in regulation is just phenomenal. Through the first 2 rounds, she hit 4 more greens than anybody else in the field. And it's just the sound that she's making when she's making contact with her irons right now. It's just so impressive.
It's a slower putt. We saw that from Marina Alex, who really gave her putt good firm wrap. Didn't go in, but it was a good firm hit on a similar line. So Lexi, solid front 9. Tough scoring conditions today, looking at the scores that are out there.
Lengthy one here at 14 for Jutanagarn. Sold her short before. I said a 2-putt maybe, and she ran it in.
Just her length.
Looking for a little magic here over the weekend.
I suppose the best putter I can think of in a long, long time that is a really big hitter.
Number 1 overall, the updated standings on that race and the $1 million bonus as you look down on the 9th green.
Amy Olsen for a bogey.
And Tom, you talked about scoring conditions today. Having watched these players putt so far, these greens seem to have about an extra foot of speed on them today.
From the fairway at 10, Charlie Hull.
From 101, down breeze at 10.
Yeah, the wind's all the difference here in trying to get the ball close because on a calm day, it's absolutely a birdie hole and a hole where you know you have to get the ball kind of within 10 or 12 feet.
Yeah. Got back 1 to 9.
And Brittany Lincecum. It's interesting you should say that as we listen in here a little bit about the speed of the greens, Karen. I think it's a good thing. Test these players over the weekend in the Tour Championship with a lot of money on the line.
I think you're absolutely right. It's one way to make a player nervous is to keep the green speeds really quick.
We talked about that one not being a quick putt. And the run-up to the championship in the practice days, the players saying the greens are the best they've ever seen them here at Tiburon. Let's go to 10.
Looking to bounce back. Her second here, Marina Alex.
Just 89 yards. There is a little area that's up grade right around the hole that'll allow the ball to stop if you land it there with spin.
Like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right on cue.
It is doable.
82 total.
So perhaps a bounce back birdie there for Alex. Back to 9.
18th green in the background. Lincecum on 9 for bogey.
Not wasting any time. Confidently done. And good to see her being able to shake off that finish yesterday and start today strong.
Likely that it will all come down to that 18th green tomorrow in some capacity, either for the $1 million or for the Tour Championship or for both, Terry.
Perhaps. We'll see. Lexi Thompson can't win both. Certainly can win the tournament, though. And looking for 6 straight years with a victory. And the bogey, now 2 behind us, Lincecum along with Nelly Korda, recent winner. There is Ariya Jutanagarn after that long putt to 5 under. So still projected to be number 1 overall in the race. Now still to come, the Sands of Tiburon continue to defend the turf here. We'll hear what the LPGA's best have to say about the bunkers. And the second 9 is where Tiburon fights back, but there are opportunities to score. We'll take a closer look at that and now in its 6th year as host. Tiburon has been home to some great finishes. We'll look back at the CME Group Tour Championship history as we continue from Naples. Today's coverage is brought to you by CME Group, how the world advances. By Win Grips, the best grips in golf. And by Prudential, official financial services provider of the LPGA.
'15th hole, Area Chutanagan on the tee, going with that driving iron. If you're not a regular viewer of the LPGA Tour, first question is, why not? Second question is, Area doesn't use the driver very often. That's right, she doesn't. There's not even a driver in her bag this week. Rarely does she have the driver in her bag. Jessica Korda for birdie here at 11. Easy birdie for Jessica, trying to fight her way back after a tough day today. To 10.
Jessica to Nelly Korda, recent winner.
Little uphill for her 3rd straight birdie on this hole. And she's also birdied the 11th hole both of the first 2 rounds. So nice little stretch right here for her.
You've done your research, Jerry Foltz.
Rare.
Well, back now. So the two sisters, and they have a friendly wager in terms of the overall money throughout the season, and it's a handbag. It's a high-priced handbag.
It's a high-end handbag, yes.
20 years of age, Nelly, the recent win, breaking through. They were on stage at the award dinner the other night, and you can tell how much they care about each other and each other's play on the golf course, too. Lindsay, come on the tee here at 10.
It's just a low hybrid, starting down the right side, needs to draw a bit.
Just like the crushed shells.
And it seems that way. Meanwhile, at 10, Marina Alex.
Just went a little left, not much.
There you go.
You know, you look at Nelly Korda, you look at Marina Alex. These are two players who have played quite well the last couple of years, but this first win that they now have in their pocket has changed their confidence.
You felt it coming at some point for Marina Alex, and we saw it earlier this season, but earlier today, third had 6 right at it, the par 5. So you're right. It does change a player too when you prove to yourself that you can get it done down the stretch, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It changes the player. You feel more like that's where you're supposed to be. That you're supposed to be a contender, and that you now know how to make it happen.
Just hitting every fairway the first couple of days. This one earlier today, but one up there that back-to-back bogeys, but a bounce back. A little noisy at 10.
Yeah, there's a lot of work going on down here, but that tee shot from Lexi's not going to leave her too much work, I don't believe.
She just hasn't seen very much trouble tee to green this week.
Well, how about the back nine? 8 birdies. Oh, excuse me. 8 birdies, no bogeys. Yeah, we are in the neighborhood here, so we can't blame them to do some work on the weekend. But she's hit every fairway in the back nine this week. Lexi has 15.
Aria's second shot. Would have been good for yesterday's hole location. Or was it round one? Round one, I think. Yesterday was back left. Either way, she's going to have a bit of a lengthy putt today.
Earlier in the week, it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been very good.
Jessica Korda 4 under here on the tee at 12. 171 today.
Yeah, almost 20 yards longer than this par 3 played yesterday.
What was that?
Well, you heard the question.
What was that?
It wasn't terrible. I mean, might be. Well, no, just off.
On the 11th tee, this is Marina Alex.
Little breeze from the right, but you're pretty protected on the tee and can't quite feel it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, no. A lot of trouble over there. Depends on the bounce.
It's going to run all the way down the path, but maybe into some trouble. Still going, I think, to the right. And we will check on Marina Alex's golf ball. Could be in the pine straw and the trees on the left. She cannot afford to drop back. She needs to move forward if she's going to attack Lexi Thompson, who leads here in Naples, Florida.
Some 40 golf courses in the general Naples area. One of the best right here, Tiburon Golf Club. And we check out our Golf Course Superintendents Association of America course setup. Judy, a par 72, 36-36, and just over 6,500 yards.
Yeah, and look at the Tiff Eagle Bermuda grass greens, and they are quick. There's a little grain in these greens. They are very firm. As the wind affects a putt, it is really making a difference this week.
And those final groups playing the back nine where the championship is decided, no question about that. 3 of the 4 easiest holes on the golf course. here, but also some challenges. 11th hole, 15 birdies so far, but 17 the easiest hole out there. 5 eagles, 51 birdies.
But we have seen some magnificent second shots at that 17th hole this week.
Had been a lot of trouble off the tee at 18, but today it's downwind and the tee is up, so that bunker may be in play, but the second shot, always challenging.
And the hole today on the far left, the back left of the 18th green, the finish will be good to watch this afternoon.
Their toughest hole on the golf course the first couple of days. Might get even tougher this afternoon, even though it is shorter. Just can't stop it there. Yeah, there's the flag. So good luck. Not a whole lot of green in front of that. Meanwhile, off the tee, Lincecum put it here. Now her second.
Yeah, and she does have a little tree trouble in front of her. That was just a sand wedge.
A long putt, but she gets away with it. The shells are a fairly hard surface. It's not nearly as soft as the sand, the waist areas. So you can get a pretty clean hit on a golf ball. Just a sand wedge there.
In the fairway for her second, Lexi.
It's from just 95 yards, and any time you're on the 5s or 0s, that's normally a good number for a player.
Great number. Great result.
That's what you're looking for at 10. When you've got that very short shot going into the green, you've got to make the ball dance around a little bit.
Started the day with her first 36-hole lead of the season, and chance to get it to 13 under. Another look at the swing.
Yeah, I think the way she gets the club back in almost every swing, this is a short one, but also a long one, is really good. And then it's a little bit more out of control back through the ball, but that was absolutely beautiful.
The feet are a little more stable than off the tee.
Yeah, yeah.
To say the least.
That was really good looking.
So she can extend the lead with that putt coming up to 11.
Megan Kang for par. Oh, that is costly there for Megan. 67 yesterday, 71 in round number 1, and she was 3 under for the day so far, but is going to give one back.
Back here at 10, and certain areas of the golf course, the wind's really blowing. It's like a tunnel effect. We were talking to Jerry earlier about, because when we came out here earlier today, I mean, it was really at least a 1 if not 2 club breeze at 9 and 18, but certain areas it's fairly still.
Yeah, I think when you get the crosswinds on the tree-lined holes, maybe not as effective, but also tree-lined holes tend to give you swirling winds.
Yeah. Well, they do that. We'll go to 11.
Charlie Hull getting ready to hit her second shot. She's usually pretty quick.
She is from 142 yards and up ahead of her some 50 yards. Marina Alex is playing at the same time, not looking at each other.
She's in the left trees.
She was. Now she's out. Charlie completely oblivious to a little bit of noise made by the fans in response to Marina's shot.
Probably, I mean, I know it wouldn't feel like it, but I probably think you want to go just inside the tower to start.
Just a big pull there, Jerry?
It actually started on a pretty decent line and turned left. There is a bit of wind from the right, and again, you just can't really feel it on the ground.
Over at the 15th area, Jutanagan coming from that lower level. It's going to be a 4. She played the hole safely. So that looked to be on the cards. Back to 11, and Nelly.
Smooth 8-iron, trying to keep it under the breeze from 137.
Yeah, great shot, buddy.
Beauty.
Caddy loves it. Player's going to love it when she gets up there and realizes she's got to tap in for birdie.
There's something kind of special about watching a good swinger of the club and a very tall person. The swing is just so graceful looking. She's almost 6 feet tall. Her sister Jessica's got her by about 3/4 of an inch.
Could be a good candidate for shot of the day, say Young Kim.
Were you trying to tell us something?
I'm going to tell you that it's absolutely perfect. players attacking that hole location at the 11th today. Works out for some, not for others. Let's go to 10.
Been an up and down day for Amy Olsen, 7 under.
And there's kind of an up and down putt too. Downhill to start, back uphill to the hole. Couple of changes in grain as well.
Amy started with a double bogey, got it back at the next, gave it right back. A couple of birdies, but then had trouble at 9. So 2 over for the day, coming off in the opening round at least. Career low 63 to lead the field. All right, different angle from the edge though. Lincecum.
This one much more has an overall downhill feel to this putt. And as we've seen today, that these putts can get away from players quite quickly. I think the weather on the first day with the rain kind of softened things up, slowed things down, and easy to lull the players into a false sense of security, because today it's pretty swift out here.
Judy, after her finish yesterday in the putting woes, would you have worked on your putting or have tried to forget about what happened?
I'm not sure. That was a tough finish, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I probably would. I would have had to hit some putts to try to hit a few good ones to go home on.
To replace what you just
Absolutely,
experienced.
yeah. You wouldn't want that to be your last thought of the day.
Brittany had it to 13 under on the back 9 yesterday, but 4 over on the last 4 holes, and that really just starts to tell the story.
But here's what she did that a lot of players wouldn't do, is she did some work with the press, and she was so friendly and so nice, and you wouldn't have known she was hurting.
Yeah.
Jerry mentioned that Marina Alex had punched out, so this is her 3rd shot.
Just over 70 yards. That only the 2nd fairway Marina had missed off the tee all week. Perfect through 36 holes.
Well, there's a chance for the par.
Yeah.
Back to 10.
Saw the first one go by. Olsen for par now.
As well as reworking her swing with Ron Stockton, she did a lot of work on her putting too. She used to hit on top of the ball, which made judging distance difficult. Now she hits it more on an upstroke.
Got so close. Heartbreaking loss at the Evian Championship, the last major championship of the season. This her tournament debut here.
Now Charlie Hull. This looks pretty tricky, Jerry.
It is. You got to give it a little extra because it's going to land into the grain on the fringe.
Oh, so good from Charlie Hull.
Beautiful there. That's just plain instinct.
Last to go here. This is a birdie putt for the leader. You like those?
I even like that little stroke. I just think that's a stroke where she's not obsessing about anything. She just gives the ball a little tap.
Been terrific on the back 9 so far this week, and starts her Saturday with a birdie on the back 9. Lincecum did tap in, so she is 3 back, nearly quarter the closest to Lexi Thompson, looking for her 10th win. She's a major champ, obviously, and trying to close out the season with her first win.
Harry Jutanagan, by the way, made 4 at 15. Marina Alex for a par at the 11th.
Just a little uphill and a slight movement right. No, very slight though.
Hasn't had a par since the 5th hole. Birdie, birdie, bogey, bogey, birdie, bogey. All adds up to a string of pars, but she's going to be frustrated to drop 3 shots in that span.
We'll worry about that when we get up there. 255 to the bunker, in off the right. I think it's a driver. I mean,
Look there at how much they resemble each other.
you're good on both sides, you know?
Huh?
What do you say? You guys have a question?
No.
No, you're good on both sides. Just play one right off that bunker. All right, good tempo, Lex.
I've very much enjoyed watching these two these last couple of days, Judy. They've obviously worked really well together. Curtis has caddied for Lexi, and this is maybe his 3rd time, so not very often.
Sorry, it's okay. It's okay.
And
thank you.
He's so used to being a player that when he's helping her with the reads, if it's not quite the right read, his reactions are the same as if he was putting it for himself. It's been pretty cute to watch.
Nice. Beautiful.
That'll do. Nelly Corder.
For birdie to remain perfect through 10 and 11 for 3 rounds. Charlie Holder made her short one for par.
So Nelly stays in touch with Lexi Thompson, just one behind. Back to the tee with Brittany Lincecum.
And we noticed yesterday, and Judy made mention of it, how she doesn't ground the club before she takes it back for smoothness, but this one's going left.
Oh no, it's on the cart path, the coquina path, and maybe okay.
If she's got a clear swing, she might be just fine.
We shall see. Third round of the CME Group Tour Championship. Lexi Thompson leads by 1, looking for her first win of the year.
Do you? Do you?
In the end, we'll see.
Final event of the year on the LPGA Tour, and the last one before the break over on the PGA Tour, RSM Classic. Been tough, been cold there. St. Simon's Island in Georgia. Final round tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern here on Golf Channel.
It's not cold there very often, though. It's a pretty beautiful place.
I know it is. Stocking caps they've been wearing. The wind's been blowing. Here it's been beautiful. Low 70s.
Hold these people back over here. Thank you.
And here's where Lincecum ended up.
Well, let's see if she has a swing or not.
This tree wasn't on the way at the time.
She's pretty close to the cart path, Tom.
She's third.
And there is a little gap in the trees ahead of her. And the decision will be if she wants to take a drop a little bit away from that cart path. It might open up that gap a bit more, but it's going to be quite a tight gap for her to get through.
Will she be the first to play in this group?
Amy Olsen is going to play first.
Karen and I have talked quite a bit about Amy Olsen's golf swing and the changes that she made with Ron Stockton. She was a very from the inside player, which kind of creates that slinging hook. Look at how different it is now. She gets more on top of the golf ball.
And it's amazing when you speak to Ron, Judy, how much work and how much effort she's put into making this change. When you consider when she came out on tour, she was the most winningest college player in history at 20 wins from college. So.
No point in trying to jog around the tree if it's planning on hitting it. Look at it right now. If I think I can hit the shot, I can hit the shot. Why aren't you like, if you think you can hit it, then hit it.
The role of the caddy. Just give me some confirmation.
Right. You're gonna have to hit it.
Easy putt there for me.
I like it. Just
Yeah.
throw it in there.
Yeah, even if it comes up just a smidge short, that putt's super easy.
Just hit it to the left side of that white truck back there.
Yes.
They're coming in the sideways. Right above them. Oh, you're fine.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the hole, Karen, a caddy-player relationship that's on song right now.
Yes, it is, very much so. Everything's firing on all cylinders, but then when you're in the middle of the fairway and you're hitting quality shots after quality shots, it's easy to do. This one's starting right and drawing to the hole.
Yeah, good shot.
She's got that body English worked out when she needs to get the ball to just take a little turn to the left.
A little Lexi lean towards the hole.
So it's just going to be a wet. If I hit it at Karen right now, I would have 130. Or 130. Yeah. So nothing in my way. Lob wedge? Yep. Okay.
Don't move, Karen. You're the target.
She's just testing the ground around her ball, just to make sure that there's no concrete or bits of cut path around.
Do I need to get it far to get it past the tree or no? Just anywhere in the fairway? Yeah. Yeah, you can see where I am.
And I think very sensible play all round there.
It is not uncommon to see she and Missy talk through every single shot.
I'm not sure I've ever seen her lose her cool at the caddy, though.
107, 120.
You really think she did?
Well, she said a few choice words. We may
I
not
think
have
it's
been
how
able to
they
hear.
operate, though. It's how they communicate.
I really think that just comes out of frustration. I mean,
Kind of nice to see her be confident and take hold.
yeah. I mean, she.
We literally had it. So 120 would probably end at 115.
As a player, you really feel like you could pull that shot off.
And if it's not blowing at all, this is going to be perfect, right? Right. If it's into, it's coming up short, huh?
Correct. Hang on, see now it's switching.
Yeah.
There it is. It's there.
What's the pin? 120? 25.
But it really is a caddy's job
So the right ball?
Yes.
to add a bit of a cool head on maybe some hot shoulders.
It's actually the
All of
toughest
125.
green to hit on the back nine.
Just don't fool yourself and get short-sided and take it way left.
This is a 9-iron.
That's what a lot of players have done today.
Judy, a coach never tells a player what not to do. They'll do it 90% of the time. But good call.
Well, I wasn't in her ear, actually.
Okay.
Only in your ear. She is a very handsy player. Watch how fast she gets her hips moving, and if she just gets that club releasing a fraction early, she hits these big high draws, and it's hard to hit that shot sometimes with a very lofted golf club.
Hates it. Remember, that's her third shot, so she is now struggling for a bogey. And we know it's very difficult from that part of the green. Charlie Hull hit a wonderful shot to get it up and down to 16.
Meanwhile, the #1 player overall in the race, Jutanagarn. Short game is so good. Back to 14. Lydia Ko has it going a little bit. Yes, winner of the CME Globe the first couple of seasons. Back in 2014, 2015. Megan Kang back at 12. Okay, to 9 under. And 3 under on the day. Good one here on this Saturday. There's that first page. Nelly Korda staying right with Lexi Thompson, just one back. Se-Young Kim saw her hole out from the fairway earlier today. This at 16 now, lengthy one.
Yeah, slightly back uphill. Nice. Nice.
Just like that, putts are rolling in at the moment. Good bounce back to 6 under. No bounce in her step. Brooke Henderson for birdie.
Trying to get it to 4 under par. And she has moved to 2nd in the race to the CME Globe. It's not over yet. She would need to have a tremendous Sunday. And she's moved up 1 spot. Has not played the kind of golf that she would like. Really frustrated with those 2 bogeys at 8 and 9 to 12.
Charlie Hull
going with 6 iron. Nelly Korda played first, hit a nice one up there just left of the hole, but this is a spectacular line.
Wow.
That's the golf ball of Nelly Korda already on the green, so she's got a chance.
At her ball, yeah.
Brittany's going to putt this one at 11 from off the green.
And it's not easy either. She's downhill, uphill, and then there's not much green that she's got to roll through. Really tough to judge the speed.
Judged it well. Very well.
Just spectacular.
Making it look easy there from off the green. It certainly isn't to 12.
Marina Alex ready.
6 iron for Marina as well. Breeze from the right. At times it feels like it's hurting. Other times it feels like it's helping. That one just flew like it hurt it a bit.
She'd like that. Keep that streak of non-pars going. Make that putt.
Yeah, it seems like it might be a little exhausting though, that roller coaster day.
At some point you want some normalcy in your round. Lexi up by 1.
Lexi Thompson at the 11th for another birdie.
Has been reading these putts so well with her brother Curtis, consulting the book.
Great start to the back nine, just like Nelly Korda, who's her closest challenger. She birdies 10 and 11. Go to 12.
Marina Alex, this for birdie.
Not a lot of break in it, a little bit downhill. Oh, that did fall off a bit.
Jerry, a par?
I know.
Wow.
That's just, it's not right.
Not allowed. So there's your normalcy, Jude, right there. And a letdown.
Well, you know, just a little calming now before she goes to 13, a short par 4 and 14 a par 5. She might could get back off that.
Hey, Jude, it's time
train.
for Ace Did presented by Acer. Let's take a look at a memorable hole-in-one and this recent from the last birthday time for Gabby Lopez. This at 17, 181 with a 7-iron. Blue Bay LPGA, yeah, curling it in. Not much of a reaction though, right? Trophy though. Second player from Mexico after Lorena Ochoa to win on the LPGA. 23 aces. A couple of players with multiple aces this year. How many have you had?
I've had 7, but only 1 was in actual competitive play.
7. Each time a hole-in-one's made on the LPGA this season. Follow Acer America on Twitter and Facebook for your chance to enter to win at Acer Laptop. Out to 12, trying to keep pace now is Nelly Korda.
Just sliding a little right consistently.
Nearly. That's such a good putt. You know, your breakthrough, we talked about Marina Alex, a breakthrough win. Nelly Korda, a breakthrough win. You say big things are coming from her.
Yeah, I've thought that always. I've felt that a win had to be in the near future, and now she's got that first win. I think she's a mega talented player.
Think about those two sisters too and what lies ahead, because Jessica already established out here. There's that first page, and now a 2-shot lead for Lexi Thompson as they wait on the tee. Charlie Hall now this for birdie.
Trying to coax one in, turning a little bit left. So quickly.
Turned hard at the end.
Yeah, much like Marina's fell off to the right from the opposite side.
This is the 17th hole area, Jutanagan, in a battle at the moment with Brooke Henderson for the race to the CME Globe.
Hole tucked right on the front right today.
Brooke obviously needs to overtake Area to have any chance. At the moment, she is a 1-shot behind Area Jutanagan. Brooke has to be inside the top 12 in order to have a mathematical chance of winning. She is tied for 17th at the moment, so there needs to be some changes for Canada to be celebrating tomorrow night. Let's go to 12.
Back-to-back birdies, 2-shot lead. Now Lexi Thompson.
And really the quality of her arm play has been spectacular. You can see that just by how many birdies she's made on these par 3s so far this week. This is 7-iron, and I'm expecting this to start something at the TV tower with a bit of draw.
A little too much of that draw, but okay. Lowest 54-hole score in the history of this tournament, 13 under. So Lexi already won better than that.
15th hole, Lydia Ko for par. Remember, she has that really good round going. She was just a little short with her second, but she keeps the momentum on, and that is a 4-under par day that she has going, and nobody is better than 4-under for the day here.
Amy Olsen also would like some normalcy in this round.
She would. This is a 4 hybrid for Amy. And I do think that when we watch Amy, I see a lot of the kind of golf that Marina Alex has been playing in her, in terms of she's made improvements to her game and really taken the plunge in terms of making those improvements. That takes a lot of courage, Judy.
Well, it's a lot of hard work, and you're making changes that are very unfamiliar to you.
Golf Channel?
Yeah.
Yep, that's where we're airing right now. Aiming right at us, Jude. Thank you for the plug, Brittany.
This is a 6-iron. But even when you say Golf Channel, is it the G, the O, the L, or the F? A little backstop, it might come back.
Come back.
Here it comes. Yep. Barely watching it, Brittany Lincecum. That's a good one. Chance, though, to get it to 10 under.
Was that the plan?
Yeah, that was the plan. That's her story. Sticking to it. 13.
Carlota Saganda.
Right down the corner. Get there.
Oh, right on line, hopping around the hole. Talked earlier in the week about just how well Carlota has played towards the end of this season. And it has been very, very impressive golf. She's trying to go one better than her last outing where she finished tied second. CME Group Tour Championship, third round here at Tiburon.
Starting off again, the first event of the year, getting a win, you know, I was hoping my breakout year, I was going to be #1 player in the world, and just didn't quite happen. So obviously I'm going to have to keep playing until that happens. But I kind of said going into this week that I just wanted to play like my 10-year-old self. Just go out there, not have too many cares, and just have fun. It's the last tournament of the year, and I'm donating $20 for every birdie for the fires out in California to a specific family who lost their home. It's awful. I can't imagine what they're going through. If I can help out a little bit, then it's going to be a great week. So we need to keep the birdies going.
And from someone who lives in that area, thank you, Brittany. A lot of friends who have had their home, lost their homes tragically in the area, and that continues the fight out west in California.
And a lot of players are making that same effort this week.
Yep. All right, Lexi Thompson, this for another birdie.
This one back uphill, breaking to the right.
So back-to-back birdies, and now we'll have that left for par as we take you to 16 and Lydia Ko.
Lydia Ko has spent this year working with former PGA Tour player Ted O, and they really have a nice friendship and a nice teacher-player relationship.
Harry Jutanagan's eagle putt on the way at the 17th, easing it down there. This green can be really speedy, depending on where you are on the green, obviously. Bit of grain on there as well. They redid the golf course in 2016, changed the type of grass, and since then the conditions have really been terrific and peaked this year to 12.
Lindsay come to get it to 10 under.
And she would have a really good idea on what this putt will do from watching Lexi's and Amy's putt roll past the hole.
Carlota Segunda did make her a birdie, by the way, to get it to 9 under.
That was stubbornly straight.
She is fun to watch, though, isn't she? Because you feel like you're out there walking with her and listening into the conversations.
Yeah, you know, I've said it before. I'm happy to say when I discover that I'm wrong. And I thought...
A first?
No. Let me wait till we see Brittany again.
13.
You are never wrong. Nelly second.
Little 9-iron sawed-off follow-through from 127 into the breeze. A little draw.
This for par. And you try not to, but you do hold your breath a little bit.
Yeah, I like the way it looks, what she's doing. I mean, that doesn't mean you're never going to miss a short putt. And that doesn't mean that some don't put more pressure on you than others.
Marina Alex is second at 13.
Pitching wedge from an up-green lie in the fairway. 104 hole. Kept it under the breeze.
And she's got a great chance to get it to 9 under. This is the 17th, and Se Young Kim for an eagle. That incredible win in Oneida, Wisconsin, 31 under par for 4 rounds, just blew away the field. Record performance. Nobody's ever recorded that kind of score before. Beat the record by 4 shots, I believe. A lot of stories this year from the LPGA Tour. We've still got a few more to tell, and Lexi right now is the big story here. Jutanagan at the 17th for a birdie to get 6 under par. Well, she didn't like the stroke or something about it, but it's in. It gives her a little more room between herself and Brooke Henderson. Let's go and look at that 13th hole as the leading groups get there. Judy?
Yeah, good little short par 4, 350 yards. The water really not a factor on this hole, but it's pretty to look at. There's the landing area with bunker left, waste area to the right. A lot of players with driver off this tee, a few without driver off this tee. But another one of those short par 4s where you really want to give yourself that opportunity to make a birdie. Hole right on the front today.
Lexi Thompson on the tee.
Again, just not a driver for Lexi.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, this one's going left on.
Big wide fairway, so that might drift into the waste bunker. Oh, that's actually a bunker, isn't it?
That's the bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the really good things about this golf course. They don't make any mistakes with that because the coloring's so different.
Brooke Henderson trying to keep pace overall in the race. This at 18.
Really well done.
Well, that was well read. Couple of rounds in the 60s after a tough start for Brooke. A great win in Canada and home this year. Lydia Ko, we've seen her run in a couple of these today. Early walk, knew it. Good round going though. 4 under today, 8 under overall.
At the 13th, Nelly Korda for birdie.
Very good look here, even though she's not on the green, slightly uphill and turning a little left.
Oh, it's another one for Nelly. 6 birdies today. It's the most of any player in the field in this 3rd round. And she is just one behind. What a late season surge it has been for Nelly Korda, who won 3 weeks ago. Back to the tee at 13. Lincecum.
This one's drifting a bit out to the right. Needs to draw just a bit, Tom.
Well, it's going to be fine. Not exactly what she wanted, but it's okay. You can get away with bad ones here off the tee on some of these holes. The first few holes, Judy, are really tight off the tee.
Yeah, then the fairways get pretty generous. This is one of the more generous fairways. Playing from an up tee today with a very, very difficult hole location at 18.
Yeah, under 400 yards today, the finishing hole.
You like it, right?
Yeah. You'd like to maybe keep that shot a little tighter to the left side, but I think with today's hole location way left, she won't mind that.
Marina Alex for birdie at 13.
Not much to it when you expect to make these greens.
It's going to keep her in a tie for 6th. Check out the name of So Yun Yu, who's moving up there. She's in the mix to still have a chance at the race to the CME Globe.
I'm going out like that sprinkler, really.
Back on the 13th hole. Lexi Thompson second. Ball just shy of the green there. Karen, who's that?
How far are you going to
That was Amy's second shot. Lexi's ball has ended up in some quite deep rake marks just on the upslope here. And it's going to make it quite difficult for her to get good contact because the rake marks
Yeah, I mean, you can even play it a little further than that. Yeah.
aren't really on the line that she'll want to hit this shot on.
Curtis saying he can go further right. That big steep face bunker protecting the flag. It's a sensible play, isn't it, to go to the right here?
I think so, because then you're not really playing over the trouble. And that's exactly what she's done. And that was really good contact. From the upslope, soft sand, ball sitting down, pretty good.
She really hits down and through a shot, though, and when you do that successfully in bunker play, the sand makes very little difference.
Yeah, you can see it sitting down a bit, Judy.
Yeah, it's only somebody who can get a little steep going after the ball that would play that shot that well.
Now Lincecum, much better angle, Karen.
Absolutely, she can really attack this whole location. Only has just a little wedge in her hand.
Yeah, below the hole, and a good chance for a birdie. Trying to fight her way back, 2 bogeys in the last 5 holes.
Okay, to the 14th, Jude, and what they will be facing?
Par 5, dog leg around to the right. Once again, water not really in play, although I guess it could be. But you would really have hit an errant shot. That's a waste area on that corner there at the right. So you land the ball in this area. We keep thinking somebody might get it out there far enough to take a go at the green, but we haven't seen it yet this week. So the second is a layup, and the hole today near the back portion of the green. Par 5, there are always birdie holes. This one doesn't seem to have produced as many as some others.
Third easiest hole on the golf course this week. Corda, red hot.
Yeah, beauty.
Yeah, even with her length, though, still a true 3-shot hole for every player in the field, unless the wind were dramatically to change. The layup's actually the toughest shot on the hole.
Gets a little tight.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating.
Jump to 16. Saw Gabby Lopez with that ace earlier today from the last tournament overseas. Not this time.
I've watched Gabby since she's a rookie out here on the LPGA Tour, and I will tell you, she has really picked up some clubhead speed. She generates some speed in her golf swing today.
Playing well, 300 today and 7 under overall. Make you look like crap.
Back on the 13th hole, really well supported this year, as it usually is down here in Naples. Lots of people out watching Lexi Thompson.
And she's been putting on a bit of a stripe show with her irons today. Been very solid.
Great judge of pace there, Karen.
Well, and in terms of how she's rolling her putts, I mean, that's impressive too.
Stays at 14 under par, leading here by 1. Trying to make it 6 years in a row with at least one victory on the LPGA Tour.
Up here at 18, saw the tee shot from Maria Jutanagarn, now her second. Able to get it to stop, which is the challenge at 18.
Yeah, really good shot there, and gives herself a good opportunity for birdie at the last.
Rolex Player of the Year, money list, leader in the Vera Trophy, that scoring average, trying to wrap that up here in the final event. So many different awards for Jutanagarn, an extraordinary year. Back at 16, birdie putt for Gabby Lopez.
Big congratulations for Gabby Lopez from her fellow Mexican player who was such a great player on this tour, Lorena Ochoa.
Still missed out here.
Always will be. One of the nicest people, one of the best players, and just so much fun to have around, and every player liked her.
I thought she might come back and play a few select events, but it hasn't happened for Lorena. I thought we might see her at the ANA.
Well, and for those who maybe haven't kept up, she is now the mom of 3 and 2 stepchildren. So she's got 5 kids in her house and living the life she wanted. She wanted to have a family.
That keeps you busy. Now Brittany Lincecum, twice an ANA winner herself.
Pretty good opportunity here too. Pretty flat putt.
Letting that lead go yesterday and then slipping back today.
Started.
A lot of family, but a lot of friends in the gallery, a lot of fans as well. Lexi's going to make her way through the throng of folks to that 14th tee on the other side of the road.
Today's coverage is brought to you by CME Group, how the world advances, and by Volunteers of America, helping America's most vulnerable. the season's final event. One more champion to identify. Area Jutanagarn and Sungyoon Park continue their week-to-week battle for world number 1. Who will finish the season on top? Jutanagarn clinched Rolex Player of the Year for the second time in 3 seasons, this time with 3 events remaining on the schedule. Will she hold on to claim her first VAR trophy? Or will the Rolex Rookie of the Year, Jin Young Ko or Minji Lee, end up with the lowest scoring average? And don't forget about the richest prize in women's golf. It's the culmination of the race to the CME Globe and its $1 million bonus. 12 are mathematically alive. Simplified, if any of the top 5 win this week, write her name on that $1 million check. So much at stake here at the CME Group Tour Championship. Event number 32, and it does all come down to this end of the line. Here in Naples, Tiburon Golf Club and the CME Group Tour Championship. That $1 million bonus out there, as well as the actual tournament win. Volunteers of America tournament summaries so far. Judy, here's where we are. 2.5 days, and it's Lexi Thompson, 1 bogey for the week. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive on a golf course with some firm, fast greens. Area projected to win number 1 and be number 1 at the end of the week. And Nelly Korda, though, best run out there. 5 under par today. Started 4 back and now is just 1 off the lead. Jutanagarn, that gold number up there, number 1. This for birdie. Said she was looking for a 2-putt. She said, no, not so fast. Going to go ahead and make this. Rounding out the first 9. Brittany Lincecum missed the green here, a little bit short, and then the chip. Yeah, she went back and forth with clubs in the 9th fairway. And it has proven to be one of the harder greens on the golf course. Yeah, that area right there, the wind really taking effect in the firm greens. Lexi Thompson, her second at 10. Been so good on the back 9. This is how you play a short par 4. Had to wait a while the others played just to tap in for birdie. And at 11, Nelly Korda, second shot. Come on. Posing. Come on.
Yeah, great shot, buddy.
Caddy loved it.
Really good.
She would too eventually. So 5 under today, making a move on this Saturday here in Florida. But Thompson's been tough. Remember, 13 under is the best through 54 holes at this event through the years. And Lexi to 14 under par. Not giving an inch, though, Nelly Korda from off the green. Recent win, big jolt of confidence there. Well, she knocked on the door for that first win for some time and finally has it now. So that final group on the tee at 14 with the leader by 1, Lexi Thompson.
Doesn't really need to hit driver here. Can run through the fairway quite quickly.
Thanks.
That's pretty tagged.
No reason to even watch it. Great position there. Up to 18 we take in, the overall leader in the race to the CME Globe, and this birdie putt for Jutanagarn to finish up today at 7 under. So hasn't quite wrapped it up yet. Brooke Henderson in second. There's that distance right there. And Brooke started the week in 3rd. And it's Area who controls that right now, as we are thrilled to welcome in the LPGA Commissioner, Mike Wan. Always great to see you, Commissioner.
Thanks for having me, both of you.
Yeah, the voice earlier this week was not so good at the award dinner. It's better now, getting better, though.
Yeah, our tour made it 32 times, 32 tournaments all around the year. My voice made it 31, so I'm needing the off-season as much as any player right now.
You mentioned the 32 tournaments, though. It's been an extraordinary year out here, 25 different winners. What do you make of what we've seen this year?
Yeah, it's incredible. I was saying at the Rolex Awards ceremony, it's incredible depth story, first off, with 25 different winners over the course of the year. And then in the midst of saying how deep we are and how hard it is to win out here, Ari Jutanagard grabs a wheelbarrow and takes all the hardware out at the season end of the event. So it's an awesome year for us. 5 winners at the majors from 5 different countries. All of those were close and exciting. I'll never forget standing on the 18th green when Angela wins at Evian and the American flag flies down. It was really a pretty special moment. So great homecoming wins, with things like, Brooke winning in Canada and Georgia winning at home. So it's been a great year for us. I love the fact we have winners from all over the world, which generates fans and sponsors from all over the world. And I love what's going to happen to this event in just 12 months next year when we're sitting here.
Well, Judy, and we were talking about it earlier. It's next year is pretty exciting because a big step up from CME.
Yeah, next year. I mean, this year we're playing for $2.5 million, which is no small shakes. Next year that doubles to $5 million. The winner next year will walk away with a $1.5 million winner's check, largest in women's golf history, and we're going to be giving almost $500,000 away to St. Jude's Children's Hospital too. So that's just one tournament in a 2019 schedule that's going to have a lot of highlights.
I tell you, Mike, you've done a great job, and when you look at a few of these points about this tournament next year, I love the idea that 60 players are going to come in and they all start from scratch.
Yeah, we found that the person who was busiest this week was the statistician sitting in the closet typing out what happens if she makes this putt. Fans couldn't follow it. Sponsors couldn't follow. Even the players could look at the leaderboard and they weren't sure where they were on the race to the CME Globe. So next year we get here, points go away, the 60 players get in, whoever wins, wins. Even second place will be one of the largest paychecks in the entire season. So, and I would tell you guys, as we talk, we're going to launch the 2019 schedule week after Thanksgiving. As cool as this event is at $5 million, it won't be the largest purse on our schedule in 2019.
You kind of mentioned that last night. I was reading that, but all right, you're not going to tell us what it is, but that's great. I mean, that really is terrific. The players love that aspect of the 60 who come here. They all have a chance, but they also have some other viewpoints. If we posed it to them, if you could be commissioner for a day.
Oh, I got to run. I'm sorry.
No, you're staying right here. You're going to watch this. Here's what they said.
What would I do?
I like to play golf, and my Kwan doing very well, so I just want to let him go.
What can I do? I can do everything.
I would have free ice cream and cupcakes for everyone.
More toilets. No.
I'd make the golf courses longer. Make all the purses on our tour minimum $3 million.
Yeah, I want to hire someone who's a photographer, like full-time on LPGA Tour.
Pace of play. If you're slow, you're automatically getting a penalty shot or a DQ. I haven't decided.
I'll probably have like a putting tournament. I think that'd be cool. Probably because I'm like quite good at it. Well, I feel I'm quite good at putting, so.
I will have ice cream on every tee box. Or dessert or cake, something, every tee box.
So what do we got? We got more ice cream, which is and more toilets came in number 2, I think. Is that
ice cream and pace of play? I'm pretty sure aren't going to go together. But if that's, by the way, is this commissioner for the day thing a job option? Because I would like that job. It's day 2 that when the job gets really hard.
What I found interesting is the businesswoman in Christy Kerr. Yeah. She wants to talk about purses.
They just make that decision. Starting tomorrow, all purses are $3 million. Yeah, I should have done that on day 1.
The fast player in Brittany Lincecum. Do something about this slow play.
Brittany and I have that in common. I was playing in a program one time with Sayri Park, and she says, you play like you're late for a meeting. And I said, I'm always late for a meeting.
That's a good thing.
And she said, we're going to wait on the next tee, right? And I said, I know, but just when I'm at the ball, it's time to hit.
Hey, we've looked ahead to next year. How about just tomorrow, though, even here and what's still in store? Finish coming down not only for the tournament, but the overall race for the $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget that there's still $1.5 million up for grabs. Somebody's going to win $500,000 tomorrow. Someone's going to win $1 million for the overall race. We're still going to find out who the Vare Trophy is for the lowest scoring average for the day. And I mean, I think this is some pretty cool storylines. I heard you guys say when I walked in that Lexi hadn't won this year.
Yeah.
I would not have known that. I mean, honestly, from my mind, Lexi wins every year, has won every year, and I felt like she'd won this year. Nellie Corda, I saw in the dining this morning. I said, "You're finally 21 yet, right?" And she just, "No, next year." So 20, and she's competing for this kind of stuff. So this is great stuff. A great way for us to finish our season, and hopefully our fans will be just excited about us coming back. We start with a brand new event in Orlando with the Diamond Resorts Tournament of Champions. if a new champion is crowned here on Sunday, she'll be back with us playing with some celebrities in our first kickoff event on NBC. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Well, thanks for coming in, and I say it every year, it seems. Congratulations on what's taken place this year, but also through the years as commissioner. It's been absolutely terrific. So
thanks for covering us. It's much appreciated. Thank you, buddy.
All right, Mike Wan, the commissioner of the LPGA. Nelly Corda, that was for par. So trying to keep pace with Thompson, but drops a shot here. Was 5 under, 4 under for the day, and now 2 off the lead. It's been a great period of time on the LPGA, hasn't it?
Well, it really has been, along with the way the tour has grown and then the way the great golf has grown. It's wonderful.
All right. Back in a moment.
One event, one trophy, and $1 million. The CME Group Tour Championship and the race to the CME Globe.
Lexi's third at 14 a few moments ago.
Distance control is so important on this shot, Terry, just from 92 yards. Another sort of tough hole location, even with a wedge in your hand. So you negotiated that nicely.
Just been spot on, Judy.
I think some players are really comfortable on Bermuda greens, and you can almost bet that players who grew up in Florida are.
Well, Nelly is one of those players on the tee here at the 15th.
Little breeze from the left. Good looking swing there.
Bunker.
Left center of the fairway.
There's a bunker down the left, but she's not going to reach it, Jerry.
No, that was good shape. Got a bad break on the previous hole and route to that bogey when she found a divot in the fairway, and it was nasty.
Here at 14, Lynch comes fourth.
Yeah, her approach shot just landed on the back edge of the green and skidded over. Didn't have any stop on it at all, and consequently now she's got a really tricky little pitch. The grass is so sticky. Oh boy, she made that look easy.
Great touch.
Yes, she did, and that was not an easy shot.
right where she started the day at 9 under. You're talking about her and her approach in terms of being loose or working harder.
Oh, well, I was talking about me and being wrong, because I used to really believe she needed to take the whole thing more seriously and get after it with all her talent. Now I just kind of admire the way she does it.
It works for her.
That's right.
It wouldn't work for everybody,
Correct.
but for her. Also trying to figure out where she's going to go here in the bunker. That ball, you can barely see the ball.
Yeah, she's suffering the penalty for being slightly off with her distance control on that wedge.
How this is.
I kind of like it
LPGA field staff has come up with a few creative hole locations today.
Creative?
This one I don't believe I've really seen before at 14.
Very chip it, right? I think that's actually.
Well, you have to be careful.
Trying to listen in, can't really hear with the background noise here. Kerry, you think this is so? What are the options here? Is this it?
There really isn't too many. You could, I mean, obviously, you know, stay in the bunker, leave yourself an easier second shot out. You could have tried to get it out, but that's no bargain either.
So it has to leave it in there. 15.
Yeah, that ball was really buried.
Megan Kang for a birdie. So that's going to keep her tied for third at 9 under par. She's still 5 shots back.
She's just very recently turned 21. She was the 2015 Rookie of the Year.
So now the next from the bunker, this her 5th.
And I think there's still lots of work to do.
A lot left for bogey here. Hey golfers, grab a tee time and book with your MasterCard to win $500 in free golf. New chance to win each week. Visit golf.com or book on the app today. Beautiful area, Naples, not far from the coast, and this golf course, which has been around since the late 90s. Greg Norman design, Tiburon. The 6th year that this event has been held here, closing out the LPGA season. Play here on day 3, back out right around the bend here to 15, Tom.
Yeah, some nice homes in between those 2 holes. Jerry's down there for us, watching Marina Alex.
Yeah, it took a bit of time here trying to figure out exactly what this wind is doing. A bit gusty right now, mostly in and from the left, playing very long at a 163-yard shot. She is just such a joy to watch play. Oh, bad shot there. I was just going to tout how likable she is, not only to her peers, but to the fans. Always in a great mood. And even after a shot like that, she won't beat herself up.
And that's what she faces for that 3rd shot as we take a look at this 15th hole, Judy.
Yeah, par 4, 15, 390 yards. It's a relatively straight hole. The left-hand bunker in the driving area sees a lot of action. For some reason, it works as a little magnet on this hole, even though a lot of players do not hit the driver off the tee. The green has slope in it from the back to the front. It seems to be a hole where it's a little more difficult than some others to get the ball close to the hole.
Charlie Hull, her 2nd.
153. Trying to get it all the way back to that relatively back hole location. A little right.
Yeah, back right. And, not on the putting surface, but a very good shot.
And she's got a chance to get it under par for the day. That's the 15th hole. 14 at the bottom of the screen.
Where that final group is right now, and Lexi Thompson with a good look.
It is, and I'm really enjoying watching, as Judith's talked about her stroke, but just how the ball is rolling from the face of this putter. It seems like she feels very comfortable. She's striking it how she wants to.
Didn't go the way she expected. Amy Olsen, by the way, made double bogey. Missed that putt after taking 2 to get out of that bunker. Started the day. In terms of the back 9, 8 birdies, no bogeys, and now 2 more added so far today for Lexi. And keep it here for Lincecum, and so they know exactly where they stand. That leaderboard right in front of them. Ouch.
And it must appear, because both Brittany and Lexi missed out on the right side, that it looks like it should break to the left. And one of those hole locations, Judy, that the LPGA have been a bit sneaky with.
Yeah, because it feels like the shot over the green for Brittany, that the green was running away from her, so that would make sense that that's what you see.
And the squares on the scorecard adding up to 8 under and 6 off the lead now.
Coming off bogey on the previous hole, Nelly Korda second.
Little sawed-off 7-iron on a tremendous line.
All right, at it as you say, and that should be a great bounce back for Nelly Korda, trying to close the gap between herself and Lexi. Nelly Korda trying to catch Lexi Thompson, who has a 2-shot lead at the CME Group Tour Championship, with plenty of golf left to play here at Tiburon.
Conversation there between Hull and her caddy Adam Woodward, trying to guide her. That's pretty good guidance.
No guidance needed from there either. What a great shot.
Calling for it to bite. And it does. Magnificent shot from Hull.
This will just about put the nail in the coffin right here.
For a record-setting win here at the Tour Championship.
Charlie Hull breaking through to win on the LPGA Tour in grand style here. This for birdie at the 15th.
And you can see that left-hand low style, which is a little bit different looking than some, hasn't changed over the last few years.
Now back to the tee with Lexi Thompson.
And ball striking, Tom, has just been so impressive for Lexi, both tee shots and irons to the green, and it just has a different sound to it this week than I've heard all year from her.
Well, she's gone back to working the ball right to left, works with her dad and also Curtis, her brother, who's on the bag this week, so he's keeping a close eye on his sister and student.
Lydia Ko at 18, the winner here back in 2014.
Short birdie putt at the 15th for Nelly.
Very short. Just a formality almost. Marina Alex was able to save par, get it up and down from right of the green.
That's pretty good up and down. Nelly won in Taiwan. She entered the final round tied for the lead. Played the first 10 holes of the final day in 4 under, then had 8 consecutive pars to round out a bogey-free final day. She won it by 2 to be a Rolex first-time winner. Back on the 15th hole, Lexi Thompson leading by 1, her second.
On 152, playing back into quite a stiff breeze on this hole. And that's another well-struck iron, I believe, just left of the hole.
Yeah, great
really
distance control. Not playing like the player that entered the week 25th in the race to the CME Globe. There's a good stat for the last 4 holes between these two players, and it looks favourable for Lexi as we watch Brittany.
That's a 9-iron from 137.
And that's kind of the story of that stat we just showed you. One turns away in disgust, the other holding her head high looking for birdie.
Just one back on the tee here at 16, Nelly Korda.
Into the breeze, although the flag's hanging still. She's trying to lean on a 7-iron. left.
Bunker.
What's that? Well, off the tee, I'm worried. It's just
Brittany Lincecum walking on the 15th hole, and this is where things really started to go wrong yesterday with a 4-putt double bogey. First putt ran by to here. And Terry, you pointed out to us that she may have been confused a little bit with the line as it ran by the hole.
Yeah, that previous putt broke right. You think it's going to go left. It doesn't. Then she misses the comebacker. It just continued, though. She had trouble at 17, Tom.
This was for par, having been flag high, or just past flag high in 2. Couldn't keep it on the green with her 3rd. And then at the 18th, it was the same story. Just hit it way too hard. Look at that.
I think sometimes when a player is losing confidence in their putting, they think, well, if I putt aggressively, you know, it'll be better.
I'm going to go on 14. Same, or at least similar result. And it would get inside your head at some point.
You know, she's done a little bit of this her whole career, though. She'll make a lot of putts and then all of a sudden miss one that you absolutely do not expect. So she's dealt with this before, although yesterday afternoon was particularly tough.
Especially to finish the round and be right there, having gotten it to 13 under and leading. 16 in Marina Alex.
6 iron for Marina. Oh, this too a pretty sizable pull.
I'm going to stay on the surface. Long way, though. I mean, a long way. Not as long as you can get and stay on the surface. So work to do. It's been an interesting day for Marina Alex. Started the day at 8 under. When all is said and done right now, she's even par for the day, but that doesn't begin to tell the story.
It's been a working woman's even par.
Yeah. And just thinking about Lincecum now at 8 under the last 18 holes. If you take it in that one chunk, she's 5 over par. That's how well she played previous to that, and really struggling right now. Charlie Hall at 7 under. Ariya Jutanugarn in the clubhouse with a 69. So it's coming down right now. The top 2, Jutanugarn and Henderson, in that race, but you saw Brooke Henderson slip into 3rd, and that's where she started. So it's looks like Ariya Jutanugarn in control at the moment.
Golf course produced the best scores in the first round, and there had been overnight rain. I think it made an enormous difference.
Lexi watching Lincecum now, needs to get the pace right here, unlike yesterday.
She does. This one is a bit more uphill though, Tom. And again, it's one of those tricky hole locations that looks like it's just on a little pimple, really, and that's still leaving some work.
Yeah, now it's back down the hill and a very delicate putt.
Well, she said that after the round yesterday, she was just going to leave the course and forget about what happened.
My gosh, look at this for Nelly Korda at 16.
Yeah, certainly not a shot you practice much. Just a really awkward stance.
Got to break your hands quickly and hit it hard.
Step 1 done, getting it out and getting yourself a chance.
Careful now. Getting out of the bunker is not easy either.
We call a lot of bunker play these days a splash shot, but this goes back to the old word, an explosion.
More than a splash. Well, I mean, these faces, the vetted faces, you see them in links golf. We talked about it, but not often here. Back to 15.
And amazing how often they come into play.
I know.
Lexi to get to 15 under.
And the line that was pointed to her by Curtis is just on the right edge of the hole.
Well, started a long way left. Finishes in the middle.
We have
Oh, she pulled that a little bit.
Glad she didn't listen to Curtis.
We have often wondered how good she would be if she were a good putter.
Finding out is what you're saying?
I'm saying, you know, it's a little hint right here.
It's short putts. Her longer putts are fine, right?
Yeah, and it's also just the consistency.
Now Brittany for par. Okay, made that one this time around. Wasn't the story yesterday from that sort of length on this hole. But Linscombe's a long way back. And Alexi is looking at record-setting territory. The best 72-hole score, 19 under here.
This golf course is definitely visually difficult. The bunkers, they've always played a really big part of the tournament. There have been some really big numbers in them and people have come out of contention because of them.
Avoid the bunker.
Could be tough, you know, like it just depends on you get a good bounce or bad bounce or, you know, good lie.
With the really high lips, I think it sort of feels like linksy type feel, so visually it looks tough to get out of and some of them really cut into your stance.
Certainly come into play quite a bit here on the back nine, even all the way through 18. Right now it's 16 for par. Korda. So that lead for Lexi Thompson widens. Drop shot, 3 back. That finish, though, you expect to pick up at least one at 17. And then you've got 18. The team moved up today. Doesn't necessarily make it easier. The next generation watches. And Thompson ready on the tee at 16, the par 3.
There's just an 8-iron, and as Jerry said, the flag isn't doing very much by the green, but there is a smidge of wind up there. Has only missed 1 green today, and only missed 3 greens the whole of this tournament.
Oh, not only hit the green, but look at this. Beautiful. Everything coming together this week so far for Lexi Thompson.
I would think if she can play this way, if she can finish this round off, play this way tomorrow, I would be hard-pressed to think that someone's going to take her.
Saganda's second at 17. Pretty good shot there for Saganda.
Boy, tough to give yourself a real eagle opportunity with this whole location. That's a really good shot.
So many questions coming in for Lexi, too, as she watches Brittany Lynch come down on the tee.
Brittany taking one club more. This is 7, starting out on the right side of the green, drawing to the hole.
Another beauty. Needs something positive to happen.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And she's running out of holes.
so far.
And is 7 back.
What'd you say? I think so too. I think so.
This group will get to 18 in a while. We go there now. Jessica Korda at 5 under. Just lands it on the green to keep it right there. Well, you have to.
We've done a side-by-side of Nelly Korda and Jessica Korda with their golf swings, and they are so similar, you can get them confused.
Right now, Jessica with a birdie try at 18 when we come back. That's a weird sound to it. Nothing. Back with a reminder, the final event on the European Tour is here. You got the race to Dubai coming down to this, and the DP World Tour Championship final round tonight, early tomorrow morning, 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Patrick Reed, Danny Willett sharing the lead, 14 under, but Francesco Molinari in a great position to win that overall race to Dubai, out to 17 tee now.
Yeah, par 5 with Nelly Korda.
Can't feel much breeze at all back on this tee, but you know there's got to be some there.
Yeah, did it.
That was hit very strongly.
And the little speed slot down the left side.
Now that had very low spin on it. You knew it was going to tumble some.
That little single bush.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Let's take a look at that 17th hole.
17, your last best chance for a birdie, maybe something even better. Par 5, 485 yards. The driving area is pretty generous, waist area to the left. until you get to the long end of that landing zone, and then it kind of starts to squeeze in. So those that hit it a really long way have a tighter area. If you lay up, you have to really lay up, lay well back. Hole on the front right today, and you can see with the contouring and the curvature of that bunker, it's really tough to get the ball close.
Two eagles so far here today, Angel Yin and Georgia Hall. Here's Charlie Hull on the tee.
Sounded like pretty good contact.
Yeah,
right
big
center.
one.
Yeah.
Much softer bounce than Nelly. And here is a chance for eagle number 3 today. Carlota Saganda to get to 11 under par and be just 4 shots back. Is it going to work back towards the hole? Not quite enough. Anyway, easy birdie for the Spaniard from northern Spain. There's her family here this week. Her boyfriend's here with her, so she's been really enjoying time away from the golf course. Nice trip for her parents as well, I'm sure, to come over. It gets a little chilly in northern Spain at this time of the year.
Good look from high above 16 as that final group is up on the green. Wraps around the water here, and you got that par 5 next, bringing you back home. Eventually at 18, the par 4. So Karen, what do we have here?
Well, Amy's just putting out. She made a bogey. She missed the green short. Had a really... the bunkers just haven't been very kind to her these last few holes. She had a bit of an awkward lie and ended up with a bogey. Brittany now, though. Has a fairly good opportunity right here. It is a bit downhill, so she does have to watch the speed. But I'm not so sure it does very much.
Just at some point have to see one go in.
Some days you stand over a putt and you stand over every putt and you see the line and it's easy. And some days, no matter how hard you work at it, you either can't see that line or you can't get the ball started on that line.
Would you love to be able to bottle that up, making yourself be able to see that line?
You know, I will tell you, long ago in my career, I was putting really well. And I had someone take pictures of me from every single angle in my setup because I was never going to lose that again.
Yeah,
I did.
But there is something to that in any sport. Christy Kerr at 18 to finish up with a par. Christy the winner here in 2015. 17 under the number that year. We saw that little clip on the win from Charlie Hull in 2016. 19 under was the total. So now you got Lexi Thompson at 15 under making a run at that, but a 79 today for Christy. So back to 16, where Lexi Thompson can get it to 16 under.
And absolutely deserves that too, when you consider how well she's been striking the ball. Hasn't just been hitting the greens, as you said, on the tee. They've been close as well. But the putts have just been rolling so well, and she's just got a lot of confidence on these greens.
Nice the way that putter sits.
One after another.
Yeah, putter sitting right on the sole of the putter, and she's tried a lot of different lies and putter lengths and so on. This one really seems to suit her.
Putting herself in a position to maybe run away with this tomorrow. Up by 4, coming to par 5. That's been the easiest on the course. Or up to the challenge. Presented by Prudential. Lexi Thompson doesn't look like a player who's been winless this season.
No, iron off the tee and trying to stick it close at a short par 4.
Back to the top of the show, we talked about her taking some time off midway through the season, get away from golf, come back and trying to close it out with a win, rolling another one in there at 11. Just some great looks from down low too, right behind. This borrowed quite a bit. In the last couple, birdie at 15, birdie at 16. Lexi Thompson come to the challenge presented by Prudential. Jude.
For all of her low scoring in her career, she has not gone through a lot of times when putting was just feeling good and easy. This is fun to watch.
Jessica Korda finishing up here. Yep. A par at 18. 73 though, one over today. On a day when it's at times been challenging on this golf course, but doesn't look like it watching Thompson. To 17 now.
Nelly Korda, just an iron here, Jerry, for a second shot.
Not just an iron, it's a 7-iron.
Wow.
Hole's 468 today. She has 166 in, Tom. Even your Mercer math will tell you that was 302.
Yep, good shot.
Yep. Even my Mercer math. It's not known as a math school, Mercer.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a good job because sometimes we don't need to add up the scores with the.
That wasn't even your major, was it?
No.
Math?
It wasn't. Media and business, just in case you're wondering.
You've done quite well.
Nelly's okay. Could chip that in for an eagle. Let's go to the tee at 18.
Hall of Famer you are, right?
I am, yes.
I remember that. Saganda on the tee at the final hole now.
Fairway metal. I want to say 3-wood, but it doesn't look like a 3-wood head, so we'll see. But length is not an issue here today. They're playing a forward tee. Just get it in the middle of a big fairway.
A wide fairway, yes. Carlota Saganda all the way up to third, all by herself now at 10 under.
Happy Lexi on the tee at 17.
Used a 3-wood yesterday. I think she's got the same again today.
Looks like it.
This hole is playing a bit downwind. Downwind off the left.
She goes, really?
This one's drifting a bit right, but should be just fine with the 3-wood.
Yeah, pretty big landing area there. Something has clicked for Alexis this week. Lexi Thompson, 4 shots ahead. Haven't seen this goal from her in 2018. Can she keep it going?
Partially.
Oh.
Nelly Corder's third shot, trying to chip it in for an eagle.
Very clean lie, but a lot of players might have chose putter here.
Chose the wedge and made a right decision. Oh! Great shot. That was really close to going in. Just a little bit too steamy. It'll be a tap-in birdie and she'll go back to 13 under par. So dropped a shot at 14 and bounced back with a birdie. Drops a shot at 16 and bounces back with a birdie at 17, Jerry.
Yeah, that was a really, really impressive shot. Disappointed after the 7-iron was errant, but easy birdie as she deserved after that tee shot.
A lot of birdies today for Nelly. Just trying to do the math here. It's 8.
Takes you a while, I know.
Yeah.
We've covered that.
Good day today for So Young Yu. 69, still has a chance of winning the race to the CME Globe. Lydia Ko, 68 today, trying to finish strong. Marina Alex has this for eagle.
She does, nearly rip the flagstick out of the hole with a hybrid from the fairway.
Stayed right. That'll take her under par for the day. Coming in here with a chance to make over $1 million in the season.
The finishing hole, 18, a par 4, and an up tee today, so 392 yards at this par 4. That little, or that I should say that big pot bunker right there in the middle of the fairway could be a factor today, so you might not see a lot of players hit tee shot. But this is a challenging green no matter where they place the hole. The hole is back left today. It's very difficult, particularly if it's getting downwind.
And here is Carlota Ciganda with her second. She loved it from the start. Be good, she's calling. That is good.
It's still good.
Yep. That was aggressive, too. That bunker in the middle of the fairway that you said make sure you players have at least so much coming in, because you can't try to get it all the way down there. And then you got the water. Back to 17.
Amy Olsen's second. He's going to be all right. She'll have a chance for a 3. Maybe 5 over for the day. There's only one player worse than that. It's Mariah Stackhouse, unfortunately, 6 over for the round. Projected standings. Harry Jutanagan projected first, but Brooke Henderson second. So Yeon Yu, parring 18, dropped her from second to third. So a lot can happen in those standings, but really it's going to come down to how well Area plays tomorrow and whether she opens the door for the others to just jump up and snatch $1 million away from her at the last minute.
Yeah. Yeah. And wait for it.
Ball is quite above her feet here, Tom.
I think personally you have enough. Just keep it left of it and no worries.
Yeah, ball is quite above her feet here, so she's got to be aware of the contact. Typically when the ball's above your feet, the tendency is to pull this a bit left. There is wind off the left as well, but ultimately if you go a bit left of this flag, there is plenty of room. And it looked like she just did just that. Just creep on the front edge?
Just a bit short. It's not too bad. 25 holes played on the back 9.
With black shorts. Yeah, I would say that neon.
This week for Lexi Thompson. 12 birdies, 13 pars. Now Brittany.
Only has 171 to the hole. This should be very comfortable for Brittany. She could get this quite close. It's kind of sitting in a bit of a bowl at the front of the green.
Couldn't have hit it any better.
Couldn't have hit it any better, she says. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah, paid off.
And she'll have that to get to 1 under for the day. It's been a bit of a tough stretch for Brittany Lincecum on the back 9, but not Lexi. 3-shot lead. Chip it in to get to 18 under. We'll see when we come back to Tiburon in this 3rd round of the CME Group Tour Championship.
Nice out there right now, right?
And a great chance for birdie for Lexi Thompson, who has 4 birdies already on her round today.
This for birdie. Still life, yes.
To post 15 under.
Pressure makes you do crazy, strange things in a good and bad way. And that was one of the bad ways.
For the Tour Championship.
Haven't seen any of that from Lexi Thompson today, boy. The area Jutanagarn with the win last year. 54-hole leaders. It's a good thing to be the 54-hole leader. Last couple, Charlie Hall, Jutanagarn with the win, so the last 3. So from 36 holes, and the record wasn't so good, holding on to the lead. You got it right now, heading to the final day. You're looking pretty good, Jude.
Well, the big thing that's making Lexi look really good is the way she's playing.
Yep.
Whoa.
Lexi's 3rd, going with the putter.
Yeah, and she can do that because there was no divots in front of her, but that's a bit of a feisty putt.
Yeah. Is that going to be quick coming the other way now?
I think it will be, yes.
Little tee at 18.
Millie Korda ready to go.
Yeah, driver for Nelly would really make this a sliver of a fairway, what is a very generous fairway otherwise. So clubbing back and hitting a nice one.
Jay, the bunker, Jay. Just inside the bunker line. Can't reach it, can you?
Yeah, hear that conversation. And the next one up there, whether you can reach the bunker or not. Corda 3 back, would love to pick one up here coming in.
Back on the 17th as Lexi and her brother take a look at that putt. Amy Olsen has this for eagle.
And really, Tom, she's been a bit unlucky today. She's had a few shots that have just missed by just a little bit that have caused her those problems and some big numbers. But it's just such small margins for error out here.
Yeah, she's had 3 double bogeys today. There's Amy Olsen, starting at the first.
Well, I think she's learned a lot about being right at the top and in contention, and she's learned a lot about adversity this year. Golf game has come a long way.
Yeah, talking about the Evian Championship, when she was all the way there until the final green.
She also played very well at A&A and was in the final group on Sunday. Didn't play particularly well that day, but said she learned a lot.
Yeah, finished tied for 9th. Of course, second at the Evian Championship, losing by 1. Now Lincecum.
It would be a nice reward, Tom, after being so close all day, just burning the edges.
It's pretty straight from here.
Yep. Another one. Yeah, these golf holes have been quite stingy for Brittany today. They've not really let her in at all.
Frustration has showed at times for Brittany on this back
9. It's when the game's challenging and it's hard to be your 10-year-old self. It's hard to just grin no matter what and enjoy playing the game.
Yeah, she played with a young lady early in the week in a Pro-Am. Said the simplicity of the game she may have forgotten about. Just go back to playing like a kid. Tough to stay positive when it's not really going your way, as it hasn't done for Brittany. Now Lexi, the opposite story here.
Yeah, this one is back down the hill, and really, you know, the putt from the front of the green was not that easy, to be honest with you. It was fairly flat. There was no, you know, divots or pitch marks in front of her, but it was uphill into that grass and then really quick downhill once it got on the green. So she did have a good look at the putt as it rolled past the hole.
Well, it's a shame not to make a birdie there. Birdied it the previous 2 rounds. And you would expect Lexi to be making birdie. It's just going to be a par, assuming this one goes in, which it should. Well, if it stays the way that the leaderboard looks right now, you'll have Saganda, Corder and Thompson all playing together, and that'll be 3 big hitters, Terry.
Speaking of Saganda, this from the edge. So 10 under. 3 under today, and Carlota will start, well, right now at least she is 6 off the lead, so significantly behind tomorrow in that final group, trying to make a run to number 1. Introducing the new Wilson Cortex driver, the new winning club from Driver vs. Driver 2, presented by Wilson. Available now in more than 1,000 golf stores worldwide and online at wilson.com/Cortex and revolutiongolf.com/Wilson. Out to 18. Nelly Korda, second shot. Beauty, Jude. What a shot.
Yeah, it's a thing to watch. Wow.
20 birdies this week, 3 more than any other player in the field.
20 years old.
And remember, Lexi didn't make the putt back at 17, so she's at 16 under, and Nelly chance to get within 2. There's that tee here at 18, and Brittany Lincecum just about ready.
Yeah, just using her 3-wood-2 bunker on the right does come into play for Brittany. If she'd hit a driver, this one is going to the right though. Talking about going for the angle.
Yeah.
Trying to stay positive.
Sarcastic. Sure, meant to do that. It's been a battle, hasn't it? And you feel for her because she was so impressive first day and a half.
Just goes to show you how hard golf really is. One day you think you've got it, the next day it's a completely different course, completely different conditions, and it ends up being a struggle. Amy's drive also fading to the right.
It's fine though. Thompson with the iron.
Tempo less.
You like this?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Judy 12 under par on the back 9 so far this week.
She's missed 1 green all week on the back 9.
And I bet you that wasn't by much either, Judy.
When she plays like that tee to green, there's very little pressure on her putting.
Good luck.
An extremely wide fairway right in the middle of it and well short of that bunker. So what an impressive run it's been for Lexi Thompson to this point. And I mentioned the questions coming in too. Parts ways with her caddy, who's been a significant part of her game the last few years.
Yeah, there was general consensus that they were a good pairing and that he had been very good for her through some hard times. Kevin McAlpine.
And brother on the bag now, and it's working this week. Up just off the green, the third from Marina Alex.
Yeah, no cupcake here because you're going to land it on a downslope, and then it's down all the way to the hole.
Nicely done. Not done yet, but nicely done.
And that is exactly what these greens have given the players all week. You think the ball has stopped and it goes another 2 feet.
Alex just 1 under today and 9 under. Long way from Lexi Thompson at the top. So looking for 1 more and a great finish here on this Saturday in Naples.
Pretty good stuff on there.
Back at 18. What a shot in here. Nelly Korda to finish up with a birdie.
Yeah, beautiful 9-iron. A putt that looks pretty flat right here.
And how costly might that be tomorrow?
Boy, throughout the years with this back left hole location, we have seen a lot of putts missed. It must be a very tricky read.
Yeah, this entire green has just been challenging.
Just 7 birdies today at 18. That would have been the 8th, but slides by 67. Still a heck of a round today. 5 under, and right now 3 off the lead.
She looks like she had it set up to the left edge of the hole, but it started going right quickly.
In a position, though, looking ahead to this final round for her 2nd win in a very short period of time.
You know, what she needs, what anybody needs as a chaser, is a little bit of a hot putter.
Old school. Still like that they go there. Still like those on the golf course.
I think on beautiful days, the volunteers still like doing it.
Yeah. See that breeze at 18. Olsen now in the fairway for her 2nd final group.
Has 172 all the way to that flag, but really the line is more at the TV tower to the right, and there is a slope that will help the ball back towards the hole. This one is starting quite a ways right. I'll leave a fairly interesting 2-putt.
Talking about making a move on Saturday. It's been a move in the wrong direction. Today, taking it right out of it.
Sorry? Left side of the 10?
Yeah.
Or is that too far right?
I mean,
Gives you that?
to get that slope, I think that's fine. Right?
Yeah. All right, thanks. Good tempo, just like all day.
So how aggressive do you get here?
I don't think you can get all that aggressive. I mean, I know she only has 152. She's, you know, she's only got a short iron in her hand. In fact, she's got a 9-iron. And, but she does draw the ball, so she can aim out to the right and hit a bit of draw spin and get it to use that slope to get it close to the hole. I don't think you need to be more aggressive than the right side of the TV tower. And that's pretty safe. It might come back a bit.
It's all right.
Ended up much better than it looked.
Yeah, I would think if you could hit a 9-iron 10 to 12 feet to the right of the hole, you would think you played just the shot you were supposed to play.
Look at surprise there where it ended up too. I think happy about how far it came back. Lincecum now to finish.
Okay. Off channel? Yeah.
Brittany's got 140. It's also a 9-iron, but I don't think she needs to hit this very big. And that's safely on board as well. And it is a very intimidating hole location.
Far too many reactions just like that today for Brittany Lincecum. So she's 9 under, 7 off the lead. Terrific week here, the final event of the season for Lexi Thompson to this point. Today's coverage is brought to you by CME Group, how the world advances, and by Volvic Vivid, the world's best-selling matte finish golf balls. look at the 18th green there across the water. Nice setting here. Beautiful setting here in Naples, isn't it, this golf course?
It is a beautiful setting. Everything about it, it all works well. It all connects well. Easy to get to the range, easy to the putting green, easy places for people to watch these players play and practice. And the area has taken to this championship.
Yep.
Can't imagine as it goes up in prize money and everything else next year. I think it's going to start to be an event that fans travel to see.
Just a thought. You got ABC tomorrow, the final round, but our final day on Golf Channel. Thank you and everybody in the truck and our camera operators out there. Great effort. Great year on the LPGA. Right now, Nelly Corda standing by with Lisa.
Yeah, Terry, what a round. What a 3 rounds that you put together. But it's not just that. This is your second year playing in this event. Through 7 career rounds, you are a combined 24 under on this golf course. What is it about this course that suits your game?
I mean, I've watched my sister play out here for a lot of years, so just being comfortable and kind of knowing my way around here. I mean, I grew up in Florida too, so I'm kind of used to the Bermuda grass. I'm just very comfortable.
You use that word comfortable. It's interesting because I was just having a conversation with Jerry Foltz watching you play today. You look extremely comfortable. You're 20 years old. You only have 1 LPGA win. Where does that comfortableness, that confidence come from?
I think just having a good team around me. I mean, my caddy keeps me pretty calm and composed, so we don't get too excited and we don't get too angry. So
always a good combination. Nelly Corda trying to get that 2nd career LPGA Tour title. Well played. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. A reminder of how young she is.
Yeah, she's 20 years old. She comes from a great golf and sporting family. Both of her parents great tennis players, Peter Corda, her mom Regina, and then her younger brother is a world-class tennis player.
Yep, absolutely. All right, across the green here for Lincecum.
And this putt's going to be fairly quick. It's downhill for most of the way. Quite difficult to read too. I think he wants to break a bit right off the front edge of the green. At the hole. That's a good swing though, good putt.
But she's thinking 3-putt at 18 again. Nightmare. The last 4 holes yesterday and then today for much of the day. I mean, I don't want to paint the picture too with a broad brush. She's even par for the day, but on a day when you've got Lexi Thompson going all the way to 16 under, she just keeps losing ground and nothing really going right for her.
No, it's she's even par, but it's kind of been hard fought.
Yeah.
You saw Lexi earlier with a putt of that length that Brittany just putted, and Lexi rolled it up 3 or 4 inches from the hole back at 13. That's really been hard to do on this golf course, on these greens.
For birdie.
Maybe a little tentative, but I don't blame her. Once it gets going right from that direction, it gets slippery.
Dominant performance, Jude. It's not done yet, but she'll take a lead into the final day. 54-hole tournament record, and got to feel a little bit as an athlete like this place owes her something. It doesn't. It's golf, but you feel like that a little bit.
Well, she's going to feel as though she really accomplished something if she turns it all around tomorrow.
No doubt. Charlie Hall, that 13 under back in 2016. So you look at the group, and Nelly Corda would be right there with them, but she trails Lexi by 3. Once you come backer.
That's just a shame way to end it, but not really too much of a surprise given how close and how many edges she's burnt today.
Yeah, just kind of the way the day went. One off the lead after that opening 64, and then 1 under yesterday with the tough finish and hard fought 73 today. And Amy Olsen last to go here for par.
And again, it was one of those days that was just really close for Amy. She just got a bit unlucky in places, but a nice good round tomorrow will make her feel so much better.
4 over. So everybody in on this day 3 of the CME Group Tour Championship. A brilliant day weather-wise and a little tougher at times with the firmer conditions, especially around the turn. But Lexi making it look easy. 68, 3-shot lead, and we check out our key shot of the day. We're going back to Se-Young Kim. Second at 11. Opened up the back 9 with a birdie, and then this, the eagle at the second hole on the back 9.
You know, in a perfect world, that's what you're trying to do.
You always say it's a perfect shot. Oh, it's not. Well, if it goes in, it is perfect.
That's right.
Kia's shot of the day as we send it to Lisa.
Yeah, Terry, Lexi Thompson, no bogeys in your first 2 rounds. You started off today with 3 pars, bogeyed the 4th hole. How important was that birdie at the very next hole?
Yeah, it was very important. You know, I hit 2 good shots on that hole. It was just a really hard lag putt going towards the water there, and it wasn't as fast as I thought it was. And I hit a great second putt, just barely missed. So it was a good comeback on the next hole to birdie, and I hit a great shot. And you know, golf is all about momentum.
You told me yesterday how much fun you're having out there, really not trying to put pressure on yourself. How was it today out there? Were you feeling that pressure or just enjoying the round with your brother?
Yeah, no, I didn't really feel it at all. I just tried to keep the same attitude that I did the last 2 days, and Curtis kept me nice and relaxed, and he's always cracking jokes out there. So it's been a nice, relaxing week, just having him on the bag and just having all my family and friends out here supporting me.
All right, Lexi, best of luck tomorrow. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Lisa, thanks. One more round, and her puppy Leo. So another addition to the family out here watching her play golf, and it's been some good golf today. They take you back to the start of this second 9. Dialed in, Jude.
Yeah, the beauty of having a little pet like that is they don't care how you play.
Right, true.
Good shot at the par 4 10th.
Eventually, you said, what, 12 under on the back 9. This is a part of it, going back to back. Putter going in, no stress. Giving herself a chance every hole, too. This one, was this where she was aiming? It looked like it with the stroke. Initially, we didn't think so, but give her the benefit of the doubt the way it's going. And then this at 16 to get it to 16 under par.
Yeah, this was a good shot from the tee. Short putt, big swinger.
That's where she ended up. Round to 68 today, and signing that scorecard to make it official before going over to see Leo. 54-hole leads, win percentage. So 80% to 25% the last 3 years, but not even thinking about those numbers as she tries to wrap it up. What do you think? Looking ahead to tomorrow, whether she can hold that lead and win this.
Well, it looks as though she's going to be playing with the player or 2 players who are going to be putting some pressure on her. There are 3 people who would go out there, and they're all pretty big hitters. So that makes for a little bit different, I think, dynamic on the golf course. But it really is all about Lexi. If she can play the way we've watched her play this week, look as relaxed as she has looked with the putter, I don't think she'll be beat.
And don't forget the overall race with Ariya Jutanugarn right now leading the way in a position to capture that and the $1 million bonus. Golf Central coming up next, and tomorrow the final round on ABC starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. I thanked everybody else. I'm going to thank you for another great year. You're the best.
You always lead me in the right way. Thanks.
See you soon. Have a great one tomorrow on ABC. Final round tomorrow, and the season wraps up as well. Been a great season out here on the LPGA Tour. CME Group Tour Championship. Thanks for watching, everybody. For the crew, I'm Terry Gannon. We will see you later. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. Always. Pleasure, man.
I'm going to go to Orlando.
When are you going to London?
I think we're going to go on Monday.
Don't know yet?
Well, I mean, I can do it on mine. Just do it go whenever you want.
Huh.
That's great. That was that.
You going home tonight?
I'm going to drive back to Orlando. What?
Ohio State won by 1?
They went for 2. And a wide open guy. And he missed the putt.
They went for 2.